Hello there, and welcome back to Vintage Story. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I just did a stupid. Yeah, so I'm working on the house. Actually, I think that is incorrect. And I'm completely forgetting which block goes where. So I'm like, oh, well, I'll just jump over into my creative world and look at the blocks and figure out where they go. And then I signed out of the creative world back into this world, placed down like 4 blocks. And I'm like, wait a minute, I forget where the blocks go. So I log back out, log into the creative world, figure out where they go, log back in and forget where they go. It took me about 5 or 6 times before I realized, wait a minute, I can take a screenshot. So yeah, despite being a physicist, despite knowing quantum mechanics, I'm apparently fairly stupid at times. Anyway, I still don't have like half of the resources I need for this. Actually, not even half. This is about all the resources I have for this. We need so much plaster. We need so much blue clay. And I have none of it. And I need leaded glass, so we're going to have to go raid that mansion we found the other day. But yeah, so I figured I can at least start laying the groundwork, well, literally, for the house. And get almost nothing done. Gonna need stairs there. These are all gonna be... yeah, like that. And this side is also gonna have those going up. We're gonna close in this entire area with oak planks. We'll have our door here. I'm gonna put a thing to get up to the door. And then I'm gonna have a staircase. I've got to dig it coming down from over here towards well, into a new cellar, and that'll be our new root cellar instead of what we have underneath here. But yeah, we're making a little bit of progress. We of course can't finish this until we go and find ourselves a whole ton of lime. But I think it's important for me to start getting this outline here, because this is going to be our kitchen, right? So I never showed you the inside of the house because there is a lot of chisel work, and I want to save that for like a grand reveal when we're actually ready to start doing it. But over here is going to be like our tables. That's close. And over here's where our ovens and our cook pot's going to be. And oh my gosh, there are just rifts opening up everywhere. And it's only medium activity. Ah, whatever. And so we're going to... ouch. We're going to need to have a space like this big coming down for where I'm going to have the fireplace chiseled out. So if we're going to be... since we're going to be building the windmill, instead of there, it's going to be right here. I need to make sure I have enough space. And the windmill's blueprint... footprint was 7 by 7. So I'm gonna want to make sure I have a 7 by 7 area over here that doesn't intersect with the fireplace here, or the chimney. Yeah, I think I had it like that because I then had all the bloomeries. Yeah, all the bloomeries were up against this wall, and I had the forge over here. Always put the forge there. It you know, I can... oh my gosh, it just scared the daylights out of me. I literally just jumped. Okay, we're gonna go inside. But yeah, I'm gonna end up rearranging a few things when that's done. But then we'll have the forge... well, the health hammer will be on the bottom level, and depending on how I decide to set it up, we might also be able to have the quarren on the bottom level too. That way they're both easily accessible. And then on the next level up, we might have the pulverizer. I gotta double check that the pulverizer actually needs mechanical power though, because I have no idea. Oh, I don't remember if I mentioned it. I made another bag. So now we have 3 leather backpacks and we have the mining bag because I am mining fairly often or picking up stones or whatnot. And so I figured the mining bag is more convenient than another backpack. Because, you know, worst comes to worst, we can always toss our pick. What other tools? I think it's just the pick and the prospector's pick that fit in the mining bag. But yeah. Right, now I remember I was going to work on chiseling the glass. How do I keep forgetting my shovel? So now we can remove this packed dirt, which I put down temporarily so that the, well, greenhouse was a greenhouse. Now I have all this glass. Now I don't really need to chisel the glass if I don't want to. If I jump inside quickly, you should see that it's a greenhouse again. If I can manage to get up the block, there we go. There we go. Everything has the greenhouse bonus. I did have to dig up the cassava. It was it got too cold, so the cassava had the stunted growth, so I gotta wait for it to warm up a little more before I try replanting that. I did lose 2 seeds, but I then promptly found a new seed or 2, so I think we're net 0, or we didn't lose anything. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's just do these, and they are impossible to see, but there we go. Now we have these almost completely invisible glass half blocks, well, steps almost. Then we can dig up all this and do the same over here. And then I just need to, well, change the wood I'm using. I'm not a huge fan of the pine with this. I would rather use oak. I really do like the look of the debarked oak logs, like what I've got on the house here, what I've got on the corners here. But I am short on oak, so I can't really use any more oak because I don't have any more oak. I could go out and find a bit more oak trees. There are a couple. I should have a ton that should be growing in the next few days. I mean, you see all these saplings out there. Most of them are oak. We've even got a couple oak saplings in our compound here. So I will have plenty of trees, plenty of oak wood once they grow. I just need them to actually grow. And then we'll probably just replace all of these also. All these planks, I should say. Because, yeah, no. I like the pine planks. They look fine with the pine logs. And, you know, the orange, okay, some people don't like the orange. I think it just gives a little more color. Especially combined with the pine and the cobblestone. But combined with the debarked oak, it clashes too much. It just doesn't look nice. And so I need to swap that out. Over here we've got oak slabs. And probably end up swapping out these pine slabs also for more oak. Oh, we've got 2 male boars and 6 sows from our Gen 1. So I'm going to go butcher our Gen 0 in a little bit. And I could probably get them to breed a bit again back there and see what that... I was going to say doe. It's a lamb. It's called a lamb. A baby sheep is a lamb. That lamb should hopefully be a female. Because it's like a... Actually, I don't remember. Pigs, it's a 75% chance to get a male. Female. 25% chance to get a male. I think sheep are similar. Maybe not the same, but yeah. That should hopefully be a female, and then we can get started on Gen 2 of our sheep. All right, we've replaced a couple of them so we can see what this is going to look like. Help if I actually click the right one. Okay, it looks like the debarked, when you have them debarked as essentially a slab, you don't end up with how do I explain this? Okay, so you have the inner spiral look of the log like you cut down. You don't have that on the inside. It looks like the Baka. So the textures don't do funky things. That's what I'm trying to say very poorly here. And if we hop down, that looks much better. Yeah, so we're going to do that with the rest of the structure. Unfortunately, it is I don't want to say a waste, but it is less efficient use of the wood because, you know, you saw a log, you get 12 boards. 12 boards give you 4 planks, or 8 slabs. And this, you're turning 1 log into 1 slab. So it's a lot less efficient. There it is. I've been killing time, just waiting for the next temporal storm to pop up, and it finally popped up. In the meantime, we've made more progress on the new house. It is literally just the framework right now. Although I can put some of the cobble up here also. Ouch. Let's see, we're going to be putting cobble all along here and here. Pretty much everywhere where there's a debarked oak is going to have cobble on top of it, and then plaster on top of that. Then I have to put in my oak floor. These have to come up an additional, I don't have any more, 3 each. I'm going to be building out a patio? Not patio. A deck. A deck, but 2 stories up. So I can step out and it'll wrap around a bit, and I can, you know, look over there, look over there, and I'll be able to see over the walls and get a fairly good view of the grounds from over here. And I might put a small one over in this corner, so I can look out this way also. But yeah, so the basic shape is now just about done. I still gotta finish these support beams and then start laying out where the roof is gonna go. And don't worry, that's supposed to be like that. And then the roof is gonna be something, because I need to make all the blue clay shingles. Like I said, I have it all written down. It's somewhere in the order of 160 shingles, shingled blocks I have to make. But yeah, it's actually coming along. Doesn't look that great at the moment. Once we add the white plaster to it, it'll definitely look much better. In the meantime, the walls are, well, these walls haven't been touched at all. Those walls are a little bit taller. I've replaced all of the wood here. It's now all either debarked oak or oak planks. Our bees are finally getting back to work, including our Langstroth hives. So these say 3 days, and one of these has 4 frames, the other one has 5. So that's a good, it's taking 4 days per frame. It means I can leave them for a month. About. And as you can tell, I put paths down all throughout. Well, it's not quite done. I'm going to be putting a path leading to here. Might pass under the leaf of the tree. This tree was planted actually as decoration. I want to have a crimson maple. It didn't turn out quite the way I was hoping it would look. But yeah, I wanted it, so it's going to stay. It just doesn't look as great as it could have looked. The ebony ones, once they grow, well, they will be chopped down, because I want the, oh my gosh, 219 days for that thing to grow. Well, I guess that's what I get for setting 20-day months and then, yes, very loud. Setting 20-day months and then making trees grow 8 times slower. But let's see. I'm going to have a path that goes this way towards all of our ta-da! The trees grew while I was looking at them. Okay, you all saw that, right? All the trees decided to grow while I was looking at them. All right. Oak will be chopped down. Maple I want to keep because one of the things we have in... It must be expanded cooking. We can tap maple trees to get maple syrup. So we're going to be doing that. Yeah, I've completely lost my train of thought. Right, I'm going to do a path coming this way towards all the fruit trees. I might do a single layer between all the fruit trees to give me a bit of a path while collecting. We'll see. But I'm going to wait out the storm, and then I'm going to go exploring once again for the umpteenth time, and maybe, finally, hopefully, find something I can use to make lime. That's not granite. I don't think that's granite. That's kind of... That's granite. Granite sort of has this ashy gray texture. This down here is more of a clayish. So, you know, this might be claystone. That really doesn't help completely, but it might help a bit. I'm going to need to... If I'm going to go down there, we're going to need to create a non-permanent survival raft, because that way we won't get wet. Of course, it's actually getting warm enough now that I don't have to worry about hypothermia, so we'll figure something out. But I go down here, maybe I'll finally find what I'm looking for. Alright, we're getting a bit of a later start than I had anticipated. But we now have... Well, first off, we're wearing our better gear. I still need to make... to repair the forlorn armor. But that's going to take a lot of iron. Which we have, I just haven't sat down to actually work it yet. But I had to make a new one of these. Flax, or whatever it's called. Because my bronze one was down to about 5 durability. So, made a meteoric iron one. Made an additional meteoric iron pick. So now we have 2 full fresh picks. Plus our prospector's pick here. Made some extra food. And also made up 4 batches of tin bronze arrows. So now we can actually defend ourselves decently well. I think there's a bear in this. I was saying. This is a beehive. Bear's not following me anymore. Okay. Pigs, right. So we're going to head... Okay, there's another bear. I'm finding all the bears. They've come out of hibernation. Well, we haven't found limestone yet, but we found a local goods trader, Jasper here, who sells lime. And I was smart enough to bring my gears with me this time. So we just picked up 2 stacks of lime. I should definitely mark him. So, well, that is part of why we came out here. We did need the lime. Of course, we got some currants ready. Of course, I need to find actual stone I can turn into lime instead of having to rely on buying the lime time and time again. So, I have good news, bad news, and then some more good news. The good news? This is claystone, which means that we are no longer in granite. The bad news is we can't get lime from claystone. But it is a sedimentary rock, which means if I go in any caves, I could find limestone or chalk, which does provide lime. So, all hope is not lost. The other good news is, well, you see all that orange on the map? All of this? That's bauxite. We need that to make refractory bricks, which we need to make steel. So, while it's not necessary for me right this moment, I am going to be gathering up as much of it as possible, while I continue to explore looking for lime and chalk. So yes, this has actually been quite a good journey already. We found it. Finally. Ah, white marble. Okay. Let's go to this. White marble stones can be ground down into lime. We just found a luxury trader right there who for some reason wants will pay me more for silver than he'll pay me for gold. But yeah, I don't have either to trade with him right now, so that's a little bit. I saw a little bit over here. Yep. This is the last thing we needed. We now have, well, I should density search over here, just see what else this area might have in store. High cassiterite, but no, it says high, but it's not really high. Alum? Okay, it's used as a dye. And halite, which is salt, which I still haven't found any of, which we do need. But, you know, I will take the win with finding this marble, which I can turn into lime, and finally get truly started on our house. I kind of want all the stones because I need all the different colored stones for those colored bricks I want to use. The mixed dry stone. I need lime, granite, bauxite, conglomerate, clay, chalk, phthalite, and andesite. And then something as a middle stone, right? But I don't really want to get rid of all these extra stones that I kind of don't need, but they are kind of taking up space. You know what? I should be smart about this. I need the marble. Absolutely. For lime. But that doesn't mean I can't try to get some of these to drop. Yeah, just like that. So now I actually have white marble rock, which actually would go much better in the kitchen, I'm planning, than the granite I was going to use. So yeah, not only do we now have the lime that we need for our kitchen, we're going to have marble counters too. Okay, what do I want to get rid of? I really don't need that clear quartz. And I really don't need those bones. That's 7. Let's grab one more as a counter block. No, you know, I should probably grab about 10. I'm not going to need all 10, but I'm going to want to use them as accents. So I should probably have a bit of a stockpile, you know? Little wiggle room. That gets us 11 marble rocks, which with the chisel we could turn into these polished marble rocks, which are going to look much nicer as a countertop. So that's what we're going to do with those. I'm just thinking, I think I want some of these shale rocks also. Low fertility dirt can go. Actually, okay, so I mentioned what I want to do with the I'm I'm just completely blanking. It is almost 2 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, it is almost 2 a.m. in the morning, so my brain is naturally slowing down for the day. But the shale rocks, they may actually come in handy. The stove, right? Okay, so I was talking about using the black bronze, and I still want to use the black bronze, but in the sections where it's not really going to be visible, or it's only more of like an accent color, we can probably get away with using the shale, since the shale looks like it's pretty close in coloration to what the black bronze, the riveted black bronze is. So I think I'm going to do that, because otherwise I'm gonna have to make, like I said, would have been 6 blocks. Each block is 6 sheets. So that's, 36 sheets. Am I freezing? How am I freezing? Yeah, so each block is... Sorry, I'm completely losing my train of thought. Yeah, so each block is 6 sheets. Each sheet is 2 ingots. So we're looking at 64 ingots of black bronze. I don't feel like making up 64 ingots of black bronze just to make an oven. So if I can get away with making, say 2 or 3 blocks, so half that, and the rest being shale, I think that's a better deal. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be 6 stacks. That's really not gonna be enough. I mean, it's a lot, don't get me wrong, but I need like 100 something, 140 or so plaster walls, and each plaster takes 2 lime. So that's okay, 3 stacks would be probably enough, but then I wouldn't have any extra, and I do want to make I need to start using the lime to make more leather, because I have tons of rawhides. Get rid of the conglomerate. I don't need it that badly. Alright, I think that's going to be it for today. And I think that's probably going to be it for the episode too. We'll have to see after I edit this all down. And I am going to bookmark this. So I cut it for time, but we did actually find some more terra preta while we were out there. So I'm going to use that and finish off the greenhouse. And then the greenhouse should have, well, all the dirt inside will be terra preta, and we can till it and start farming everything we need. Until then, I put all the marble we have into here. And because this is going to take a while to grind, I am not going to be doing it by hand. I'm going to just break this quickly. Okay, let's grab an axe and then we'll break it quickly. Pick up the quern, put that underneath. That should, yep, automatically connect. And then what we can do is grab an entire stack of marble out of here, toss it in, and that will grind down to lime on its own. I can just leave it running. I have to come back and check it every now and then, but yep. Now we got automated lime. So that's that taken care of. It's gonna probably be a couple hours before I have all the lime processed down and I can start turning it into quick lime. So I'm actually going to end the episode here. I'm going to keep working. And next episode, we will get to work building our house. Until then, thank you for joining me today. I hope you've had a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next time. Later.